Hey guys, Sacred Spear here, and in this episode of Feh Chat, I'll be discussing my thoughts on the recent Feh Channel announcements for July 2018. This one talked about some new update features as well as events that will be happening for the 18th month anniversary. Remember that Feh Chat is about sharing my thoughts with you guys, but I also want to hear your own thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. Leave a comment below and maybe try reading other players' comments to see how everyone has reacted. It's always nice to see players having a friendly discussion. Now let's jump right in. So first up, Feh talked about the new banner that was coming out, and this is the Elysian Travelers banner featuring Maribel, Sumia, Libra, and a flying Olivia alt. Now, kind of a funny mistake on this slide is that it says it starts on August 20th, but that's actually a month from now, while this banner is actually already out. And if you guys are interested in this banner and haven't already watched it, I did make my own banner breakdown, and I cover all the stats, new weapons and skills for each unit, and as well as a couple of builds you can try out. You can click on the card or the link at the end of this video to go watch it. They also mentioned that there's a Walhart Grand Hero battle coming soon, and this one is going to start on July 29th, and you can bet your orbs that I'll be making a video talking about this scary looking dude. He has an absolutely amazing looking axe, and he's also an axe cavalier, which we don't have a ton of in this game, so it's always nice to get more of them. I have to say that Walhart's art is pretty crazy. It's a little jarring seeing this kind of almost semi-realistic alt compared to like all the fun anime styles that most of the other characters have. So the next thing that was talked about is the 18th month anniversary, and this time they're calling it Feh's Summer Celebration. This is going to be a fun period of the game because we're going to be getting a lot of free orbs. So first off, there's a login bonus where you can get up to 2 orbs per day just for logging into the game. This login bonus is going to be happening 2 times, which means you can earn up to a maximum of 40 orbs. Pretty darn simple and amazing. Next is there's going to be daily reward maps, and for beating these maps on 2 difficulties, you can earn 1 orb per difficulty for a total of 20 orbs if you complete all 10 maps for each day. Again, these are usually pretty simple, so even beginner players should have an easy time completing these for some free orbs. The next announcement is that there's going to be another Tempest trial starting on August 14th, and this one is going to be a little special because they're giving out more reward units. This time they're giving out a 4-star copy of Masked Marth, Tobin, Clive, and Arden, and also giving out 5-star copies of Black Knight and Joshua. This is pretty crazy. We just had the current Tempest trials going on where we had another rerun of Masked Marth, and by getting this 4-star copy, you're going to be able to have a possible 5-star plus 8 merge Masked Marth, which means we only gonna need 1 more rerun before a player can have a plus 10 Masked Marth merge. That's pretty crazy. So some of these units are kind of average, such as Tobin and Clive. Arden is kind of special in that he has a unique B skill that allows him to attack twice, which is pretty awesome because he has a pretty much negative speed stat. Black Knight and Joshua are pretty darn powerful units. The Black Knight obviously has his Black Luna special, and Joshua has some pretty rare skills in close defense and wind sweep, as well as his own sword, which grants a lot of resistance to his already pretty decent stat line. So getting these units is going to be really nice. I have to wonder if there's going to be any other hidden reward units in this Tempest Trials Plus. I'm hoping that this is just a temporary band-aid for maybe trying to find a solution to giving players access to merges for these older units. I wouldn't be mad if this is the solution going forward, but who knows really. I think it's good overall. I can't really complain that they're trying something new at least for this celebration. Maybe in the future we'll have to see how many more copies we can get of these older Tempest Trials units. So one of the announcements that was made that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, or I haven't seen a lot of people talking about, is this daily summoning event that is going on. So they're bringing back 15 old banners that had things such as units with certain skills or units with new weapon refines, and they're bringing all these together for 15 days in a row where they're going to be swapping each one out daily. And the one thing that I don't know if a lot of people realize, but you can summon on these banners for free for the first time each day. So that's 15 summons, which is kind of like a total of 5 orbs per summon. That's almost like a 75 orb value right there, and that's pretty awesome, I think. Now here I just put a list of all the available heroes. Now some of the ones that I'm just eyeing like right off the bat is Azura, Klein, who is the Master Skill Inheritance, Jafar, who I know Jafar wasn't very popular at the beginning, but I use him so much with his refined upgraded Deathly Dagger, and it's so good in PvE content. He's really such a fun unit when you can upgrade that dagger. Ephraim, of course, I do want more merges for my own Ephraim, but I really don't plan on summoning on these banners anyway. Takumi is going to be showing up 2 times, and he has close counter. Hinoka with her Hone Flyers is always a rare skill, and of course Nephany with her new weapon that she just got, and she also has the Wrath B skill, which a lot of units really would love to have. Let me know in the comments if you're planning to summon on any of these daily banners. Remember, they're only there for 1 day, so if you are going to summon, you're going to have to go all out in that single day. So next up, they just talked about what's coming in the next update, which should be update 2.8. I assume it's going to be coming out in the first week of August. So first up was some things for Grand Conquest. Basically, they're adding in army rank, so if you play more, you should be able to score higher in your own army rank, and you should get a little extra feathers. It looks like this is really not, I don't think this is anything bad. If you played Voting Gauntlet, you should already be similar with how this system should work. Just play more, you'll get rewarded more. The other thing they're changing is that they're giving losing teams a small boost to their beginning point totals for each round. So let's say your team is doing okay, you have more than 9 areas captured, you won't get any special boost, you'll just have the standard 5,000 points for your captured areas at the start of every round. However, now let's say your team is getting absolutely destroyed, you only have 2 areas to your name, you will instead start with 15,000 points for those 2 areas, and in the grand scheme of things, 10,000 points may not seem like a big difference, but I guess it is something. We'll just have to see how it plays out. It's not really a major change in my opinion. They also mentioned that the next Grand Conquest event is starting on August 1st, and do remember, you can earn 14 orbs if you reach GC tier 25. So probably my favorite announcement of this Feh channel was the Askr Trio are finally getting Weapon Refine upgrades, and I'm pretty happy. I really wasn't expecting this to happen anytime soon. You would have thought that when the Weapon Refining system came out that these guys probably needed it first, but you know, better late than never. You can bet that I'll be making a full video on all 3 of them when the update actually hits, so I'm not going to talk about them in full detail just yet. We'll do it when the update comes out. But for now, let's just go over what each of them got, basically. So Alphonse's Vanguard Sword, its effect got changed to Brazen Attack and Defense 3, which is really darn good. Kind of expected, but nice to see. If you upgrade it, you get Triangle Depth 3, which I know a lot of people probably are not happy with, but it does have its uses. For Shirena, her Fenceler is also getting its effect changed from Threaten, Attack, or Defense, I don't remember, but it's getting changed to it. Basically, she can cancel out enemy bonuses, and that's kind of like combining Doe Close 3 and Doe Range 3. For Shirena, if you choose her special upgrade, you can get Speed and Defense Bond 3, which is +5 speed and defense for standing next to an ally. Again, as the video mentioned, Shirena wants to be friends with all her heroes, so standing next to them is a nice way to gain some bonus stats. For Commander Anna, her weapon is kind of the same. No Attune still keeps its escape route effect, it's just getting bumped up to escape route 3. If you choose a special upgrade, Anna gets more mobility. It's kind of like a flyer formation effect, but with any movement type. A more accurate comparison would be to Halloween Noe's Grimoire Tome. So for any allies within 2 spaces, Anna can move to an adjacent space next to them. So really, Anna kind of wanted maybe a little more combative power, but we can fix that with her skills and builds, and again, I'll talk about more details like that in the full video later on. I'm really excited to see what people do with the starting units. Oh boy, so some of the more controversial topics of this new update is some arena changes. Starting August 14th, there's going to be a new rank added till after tier 20, and that's going to be Great Summoner. Basically, Great Summoner is just going to let the higher players in tier 20 get more rewards, and I believe it also tracks how many times you get into the Great Summoner rank, that's pretty cool. You know, if you're an arena player, you can show off that you've been in Great Summoner for, I don't know, maybe every single week. That's kind of fun. Now, the other change that some people definitely are not happy with is that they are making it so in arena scoring, you get +3 added to your score for each enemy defeated with a bonus character. So this rewards you for having a vast army that you can create a whole team of bonus units or really strong bonus units. And I guess this is kind of more definitely catered toward players who summon more often, aka the whales. And well, I'm not really sure how this would affect me personally as someone who really doesn't care about arena ranking that much. I pretty much float between 18 and 19 every week, and that's perfectly fine with me. I'm probably not the best person to ask like my opinion on for this topic. I'm interested to see what other players who are, you know, like trying to get into tier 20 think of this. I definitely think it's going to be harder for players who maybe don't have a giant roster, since before you kind of just pick 3 units to be your arena core and then throw the bonus unit in there, and you could focus on having a 3 units are really darn good. Now you're probably going to need to worry about having a bonus unit who is also good, so some people who don't just summon all the time are probably not going to have that luxury. Now the last thing that was announced in Feh Channel is a new event or new game mode called Forging Bonds, and basically in Forging Bonds you want to increase your friendship with certain heroes and you can unlock certain rewards and prizes. So the main idea is that you pick a stage, defeat some enemies, and you earn friendship tokens, and depending on which color, like say for the example in the video they used green for Maribel, you get more tokens for Maribel, you unlock more prizes. And for getting to a certain threshold, you also unlock support conversations essentially, and if you're not really a player of the main Fire Emblem games, basically support conversations are a main aspect, I believe, most of the games, and that's where characters interact with each other. This kind of seems to be something like that. And Feh also mentioned that if you level up your friendship with all the heroes that are listed, all of them are going to be able to participate in a conversation, which is pretty cool. This event is definitely more geared towards something like maybe the tap battle event, where it's not very hardcore, or it doesn't look hardcore to me. It's more of a fan service thing for players to get to know the units better, and in my opinion, that's kind of cool. I think Fire Emblem Heroes is definitely a game where getting attached to the actual characters themselves is probably going to be more fun in the long run than just thinking of every character as a certain number or a certain just skill stat. That's kind of just how I feel about Fire Emblem games in general. I'm not a super hardcore min-maxer. The games do allow for it, but I think when you do that, sometimes it kind of just takes away from having that giant cast of characters that everyone can pick their favorites from. So overall, I think Forging Bonds is a cool event. I know some people are probably not going to like this event, but hey, there's definitely different opinions for this one. Forging Bonds is going to start on July 23rd, which is pretty soon, I think 2 days from now. You're going to be able to earn some bonus orbs just for completing the first map of the day, so be sure to do that even if you don't really care about this mode. Free orbs is free orbs. As a special gift for the debut of Forging Bonds, they are giving every player 20 orbs as long as you log in. You don't have to do anything, you just get free 20 orbs, and I don't think anyone can be mad about free orbs. Speaking of orbs, I did a little bit of counting, and only from the events mentioned in the Feh channel, you can see that we are getting a total of 150 orbs just from these events. Again, there are many more orbs to be earned from quests, chain challenges, arena, etc. There's going to be a ton more ways to earn them, so this is just a very small low-end estimate. Personally, I'm pretty excited to be saving up for Choose Your Legends 2, so seeing this right here is pretty happy for me. That's about it for this Feh chat, so I just want to ask you, what's your favorite part about Feh's summer celebration, aka the 18th month anniversary? Any thoughts on the Askr Trio upgrades or the arena changes in the new update that's coming next month? And what are your initial feelings about the new Forging Bonds mode? I know that one is also going to be pretty controversial, but hopefully you try it out and enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.